Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining. Really happy to have you. We are on the traditional territories of the Gooskimook First Nation here in North Vancouver Island. What a beautiful day it is. It is early spring, a little breezy, a little chilly, got a couple layers on. We're going to do a glute specific workout today, so you're going to want to have a couple of foam blocks as well as a loop band. As always, there's no music in my videos, so feel free to choose your favorite playlist, throw that on. And as always, if you're enjoying the videos, give me a little love, share, subscribe, put the word out there. Let's get this going. So we're going to place our hands on our hips. We're going to imagine we're lengthening through the crown of the head up to the sky. We're going to hinge at the hips here, folding forward ever so slightly, gently. Nice slow hip circles. Really warming up through the hips. Trying to push your pelvis around. So imagine you had this like nice little hula skirt of paintbrushes. You want to touch every corner of the room with your imaginary paint. And as we're folding forward, we're hinging at the hips, lengthening through the spine. And as we're coming forward with the hips, draw that belly button to the spine and just protect the lower back. So you don't want to feel that icky, crunchy, tight feeling in your lower back when you do that. So reduce that range of motion if need be. We're going to switch directions. What a beautiful day. Good, keeping it going. Keep lengthening through the spine, drawing that belly button to the spine. Starting to engage that pelvic floor. Switch one more time, going a little bit deeper. Little bit wider with those hip circles, keeping a gentle bend in the knees here, keeping them nice and soft. You don't want to hyperextend or lock them out, and switch. And start to engage through that pelvic floor. So imagine you have to urgently use the washroom for both a number 1 and a number 2. But oh gosh, there's a huge lineup and you can't get in there. So you got to squeeze, pull everything up and in. Imagine you're kind of vacuum sealing everything shut down there. And as if you want to pull all of that good stuff up and in. Good. And release. So from here, we're just going to do some rotation warm up. So we're going to stand with our feet hip width apart. We're going to lift one leg. We're going to pivot and rotate the hips all the way as far as we can get it. Hold here. Engage through the sides of the hips here to try to twist those thighs open. We're going to lift the other way. Turn back. Lift. Come back the way we came. Hold that nice squeeze there. Lift. Come back. Good. Again, lift. Keep lengthening through the spine. Lift. Other side. Lift. Out. Lift. And back. One more time. Pelvic floor stays nice and strong. Up. Lift. And back. Up. And turn. Good stuff. From here, we'll do the same thing. However, now what we're going to do is we're going to stand. I'm going to rotate one leg all the way in. I'm going to try to engage through the side of the hip here, keeping my thigh rotated inwards. And then I'm going to twist my torso opposite direction. Feel that engage through the belly. Good. Come back. Release. Twist this foot in. Rotate, draw that abdomen in, belly button to the spine, lengthening through the spine, through the crown of the head. And you may actually feel this a lot through the lower abdomen. Good. What we're hitting here, we're going to do the other side. So again, twist in and rotate. What we're actually really hitting here is a little bit of our psoas muscle. And the psoas is one that goes from the back, the lower back, kind of across to the bottom of the pelvis. Good. Again, rotate and twist. And this muscle is important with our posture as well as helping with anterior pelvic tilt. So anterior pelvic tilt is kind of when you're pushing your pelvis a little forward this way, tipping your tailbone back. And that's really helpful for our posture because in our daily life, we kind of sit slouched through that lower back. So doing a little bit of that can really help. So I'm just going to peel off a layer here. It is warming up. Let's come on down here to our mat. We're going to take our yoga block. We're going to place it in between our knees. I'm just doing my quick environmental scan, just making sure we are good here. So Place that block in between the knees. From here, draw that belly button down to the spine. Curl that lower back ever so slightly upwards, so you're tilting your pelvis a little bit towards you. So think shorten the space between the pubic bone and the rib cage. The reason I tell you to do this is just to wake up that lower belly. So here I'm really exaggerating the movement, but I'm just encouraging you to do this so that you're not putting a bunch of weight in your lower back and dumping your tailbone towards the floor when we lift. So from here, draw that belly button in, drive those heels into the ground. Good. Lift up. So think you want to activate through the groin to draw those thighs together. What a beautiful day. And we're going to hold it here. Little pulses, pulse, 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 pulse. Good. Now think you want to spread your shoulder blades apart, pressing them into the floor behind. Good. Lift and hold. Beautiful work. Think you want to activate through the groin to draw the thighs together. Squeezing it here. Good. Now from here, we're going to straighten one leg out, holding it here. Now don't let this hip drop to the floor. Hold them both equally lifted to the sky. Keep that little bit of a tilt forward with the pelvis to keep that lower belly engaged. Good. From here, we're going to come down and up, down and up, down and up. Good. Exhale up, inhale down, lift and hold. Good, we're gonna switch. Other side, lift and hold. Keep both the hips equally lifted towards the sky. Keep that belly button drawn down to the spine. Pelvic floor is firmly engaged and sealed closed. We're gonna come down, exhale up, and down. Exhale up, down, exhale up, 2 more. Good job. Lift it up and hold. Good. Foot to the floor. Other side. Lift and hold. So again, curl that pelvis up. Engage through the glutes. Drive that heel into the ground. Squeeze that pelvic floor closed and keep drawing those thighs together. So think you want to activate through the inner thighs here. Switch. Oh, the clouds are so beautiful today. They're moving so fast. Good. Switch. And if you're feeling this a lot in that lower back, again, think curling that pelvis a little up towards your nose will just help to squeeze more through that lower belly. Think nice neutral spine. We definitely have natural curvature in that lower back, so I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying just engage through that belly and also make sure you're not flaring your ribs open. Keep those ribs tucked. Spread those shoulders apart. Last one on this side. Good work. Good. From here, heels to the floor, up on the tiptoes and down. So just hover the heels above the mat. Lift on the tiptoes and down. Lift on the tiptoes and down. Keeping it going. Keep that pelvis kind of curled upwards. Beautiful work. Keeping it going. Nice and strong. Awesome. Lift on the tiptoes. Press that pelvis higher. High, 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 high. Keep that pelvis kind of curled ever so slightly upwards. Belly stays strong, ribs stay tucked, pelvic floor is firmly engaged and drawn in. Little pulse with the thighs into the block, into the block, into the block, into the block. Good work. Still on the balls of the feet. Good. Squeeze that block, bring the heels down, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hoo-yah. Come on down. And release. You can bring your knees to your chest if you like. Just kind of release here. Big, beautiful clouds coming this way. Good. From here, we're going to take our loop band. Just going to check around me real quick. Place it around the thighs. We're going to sandwich our feet together. So we're going to be on the outside edges of our feet. Open the thighs. Bring them back. So keep some tension in that band. We're keeping our hips on the ground for now. We're just doing some clamshells. Good stuff. Good work. Now, if you'd like to add a little bit more instability to your glute bridge, just to help with that core engagement, you can take your hands off the mat and we can do your sequences of exercises with your block in your hands here, holding straight over our chest. So I'm going to open my legs, press that pelvis up to the sky, continuing to keep that kind of pelvic tilt a little bit upwards. Good. Pulse the knees open, 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 open. Good work. Awesome. Hold the legs open, push the pelvis a little higher. Now from here, keep those ribs tucked down and in. Draw those shoulders down towards the hips, reach overhead slow. Exhale, bring them back, tap the block to the thighs. Inhale overhead. Woo, losing balance. I'm on an uneven rocky surface here. Rolling around side to side. Good. Keep the knees pressed apart. I'm still balancing on the outer edges of my feet, pressing my pelvis upwards. Good. Keeping that belly nice and strong. Good. Try to keep those arms nice and straight. Belly button stays drawn in towards the spine. Pelvic floor is nice and strong. Good work. Keep those thighs pressed open. Perfect. And from here, bring that block down, bring the hips down. We're going to place our feet flat on the ground. We're going to have our feet roughly hip width apart. We're going to drive the heels in towards the floor, lift that pelvis up. So again, curl that pubic bone a little bit towards you, just engage through that lower belly. Drive those heels down, push away. So feel as you drive the heels into the ground, that activation starts to come up from the hamstring into the glutes. Good. So from here, we can keep our arms down by our sides here for this one in particular. We are going to lift one leg. So we're going to try to keep both our hips facing up, but now we're going to bring our leg to the side and back, always keeping some tension in that band. 2. Exhale out. Inhale in. 3, 4, 5. Good job. 6, 7. Pelvic floor stays strong. Belly button drawn in. Keep those ribs tucked. 9 and 10. Good. Other side. Lift a little if you need to. We tend to get tired. We kind of sag down. So lift, curl just a little bit. Tuck those ribs nice and strong. Stabilize both hips face up. Coming out for 10. Try to keep this leg totally still. So try not to bring it out and away as you bring your leg outwards. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pelvic floor stays strong. 9 and 10. Good. From here, heel to the floor, bring it down. Hug your knees to your chest if you need to. Oh yeah. Give yourself a little break. Good. From here, we can take this guy off. We're going to grab both our blocks. Quick look around here. What a beauty of a day. Place one block in between the knees. Again, if you want to make it a little bit harder, block between the hands here, or else you can always keep your hands on the ground. Good. So simple glute bridges. Curl that pelvis up. We're going to come down, hover just above the ground. As I exhale, I'm going to push my pelvis up, come straight onto the tiptoes. Bring the heels down, come down. Exhale up, up on the tiptoes. Good, I'm going to actually walk my feet in just a wee bit. Awkward rock right under my heel. Perfect. Good. Straight up, down. Good, so draw that belly button to the spine. Squeeze that pelvic floor closed. Keep those ribs tucked down and in. Good. And when your feet are on the ground, especially in this part here, drive the heels into the floor to really feel everything activate. Then you lift, come down, up, lift, down, up, lift, down. Bring the heels down, press the pelvis up, reach that block overhead. Exhale, bring it back, come down, up, in, overhead, bring it back. Good. Inhale down, exhale up, push the pelvis up to the sky, keeping that pubic bone slightly curled up towards you. Keep drawing that pelvic floor up and in, keeping those bottom ribs tucked in the whole time we do this. Oh yeah, we're gonna feel this tomorrow, I think. Perfect. Good work. Give me 5 more. We've got this. Booty on fire. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Beautiful work, everyone. Up and down. Good. Bring that block down. Bring yourself down to the mat. Feel free to hug the knees to the chest, roll around a little if we need to. Good work. And from here, we're going to flip it over. I'm just doing a quick little check around. So we're going to want to have our forehead down on the mat. So you can have your head actually resting on your hands if you like. We're going to take one block. We're going to place it in between the feet. And actually, we're going to grab both our blocks. Get ahead of myself here. So we're going to take one block, place it between the knees. Doesn't really matter what direction, just have the skinnier side between the legs. And then same deal, so that our knees and our ankles are going to be in line with each other. And then from here, you can rest your forehead down on the mat. We're going to curl our pelvis ever so slightly forward into the ground. We're going to draw that belly button to the spine. And first things first, I'm going to just try to float my thighs off the ground. I'm going to straighten out the legs halfway towards the ground, so like 45-degree angle. Exhale, bring them back so my knees are bent at 90. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Continuing to draw that pelvic floor up and in. So again, imagine you really got to use the washroom. You're like, oh, darn it, there's a huge lineup. I can't wait. Got to squeeze, pull everything up and in. Good stuff. Down part way. Just getting a little bit into the hamstrings as well. Waking them up a little. Good. Now from here, we're going to bring our knees to be 90 degrees. We're going to have our heels directly over the knees. Try to squeeze into both of your blocks as you kick your heels straight to the sky and down. Straight to the sky and down. Now with this one, it is very important to keep the pelvis curled down in towards the floor, just to try to avoid putting too much strain in that lower back. You really want to keep this in the glutes more than anything. Good work. Beautiful. Good. Give me 10 more. 10. Very small movement. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. You can bring it down. You can release. Oh yeah. You can come into a little child's pose if you like, just to kind of release your back a bit. Oh yes. Bring it side to side. Nice release for the glutes here. Perfect. From here, we're going to come back down. Face down on our mat. We're going to have one block roughly at hip height. So we want to bring our knee to be, in line with our hip. 90-degree bend in the knee. So think you want your shin to be parallel to the floor. And then from here, we're just going to rotate at the hip socket, rotate the thigh down, bring that heel up. Good. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. Now with the opposite leg, I'm keeping my kneecap off the floor, keeping my thigh nice and active. 4. Good job. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Perfect. From here, I'm going to take that block out. I'm going to rest my foot on the ground, and now I'm going to try to just lift my knee off the floor, which is quite challenging. So lifting up for a 10. Keep that foot on the ground. 9. 8. 7. Good job. Keep that opposite leg knee off the floor. 5. 4. 3. 2. Good job. Oh, last one. Oh, yeah. Feels great, feels great, feels great. Good. Other side, switching sides. So knee in line with hip. Nice straight leg. Shin parallel to the edge of your mat. You can flex that foot. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate that thigh towards the floor, heel to the sky for 10. Inhale down. That opposite side leg, which is straight, is not relaxed. It's engaged. Kneecap off the floor. Good job. 8. 7. 6. Keep drawing that pelvic floor up and in. Draw that belly button to the spine. Good job. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. What a beautiful day to explore the back roads. Oh yeah. Other side. So sorry, same side. Now we're going to get rid of that block. Keep the foot to the floor and just lift that knee for 10. 9. Keep that opposite side thigh off the ground. Good job. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful work. And release. Finishing up with one of my personal faves. In a place of block. Under our booty. Tabletop position. Knees in line with hips. Wrists in line with shoulders. Tuck that belly button up so I'm not here. I'm drawing it up and in with my ribs. They're not flared to the ground. They are tucked. Everything is nice and strong. I'm going to lift. I'm going to hold. Whoop, there goes my block. Good. I'm going to lift and I'm going to hold. And that opposite side hip, I'm going to keep it stacked over top of my knee. So I'm not leaning out to the side here. Little pulses up, 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 up. Keep that belly button drawn up and in. Good. Come down. Exhale up. Down. Exhale up and try to keep your thighs parallel to each other so don't bring your leg out to the side. Up. 2 more. Keep that belly button drawn up and in. Up. And down. Good. Other side. So we're going to come straight up. Holding it here. Little pulses. 2. 3. Good. Come down. and up. So again, keep that opposite side hip stacked over the knee. Belly button is drawn up into the spine. Pelvic floor is firmly engaged. Good work. Lengthening through the neck. Tuck your chin ever so slightly, and I've just lost my block. Give me one last one. Good work. Back to the other side. So squish that booty in, or that block in right beneath the booty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up. We're going to come down, fire hydrant, come back, kick straight up. So donkey kick, out to the side. Good. So as we do this, we keep that belly button drawn up to the spine. We keep that pelvic floor nice and strong. We try to avoid any side to side movement with our upper body. So what I mean by this, shoulders over wrists, that hip stays stacked over the knee. Good. I feel like my block is going to slip out on me here. Good. Lift and out. Lift. Good job. We are aiming for 10 here. One last one. Good stuff. Other side. So sit that block under. Coming up. Quick look around here. Tuck those ribs. Draw that belly button in. Engage pelvic floor. Donkey kick up. Bring it back straight out to the side for 10. Good. Up. Now with this hip here, keep it stacked over the knee. Try not to sway side to side. Slow it down. Purposeful, active control. Good job. Keep drawing that belly button to the spine. Keep pulling that pelvic floor in. Good. And breathe. 5 more. 5. Good job. 4. 3. 2. Keep that hip stacked over the knee. Try not to sway side to side. Last one. Right on. And come on down. Finishing off with our loop band. We're going to place her around our thighs here. Coming back to tabletop. And from here, we're going to tuck that belly button to the spine, tuck those ribs. We're going to kick straight up and up to tap the elbow. Good. Kick straight up and back, up to tap the elbow. So when I'm kicking straight up, I'm avoiding dumping the belly to the floor. What I'm really doing here is I'm keeping that belly button drawn up and in. The ribs stay tucked as I lift. Good. And then I really squeeze through the belly to draw the thigh to tap the knee. Good. 5. Going for 10. 6. And if your band is sliding up your thighs a little bit, that can happen depending on the type of fabric or type of material it's made of and what you're wearing. You can always anchor it under the knee of the stationary leg. Last one. So what I mean by that is this, because mine's kind of moving around a little. You can place it under the knee. As always, make sure that stationary leg, the hip stays stacked over top of the knee, shoulders stay over the wrists. I'm going to come up, tap the elbow. Good. When I tap the elbow, I really want to lean to the side. Try not to do that. Stay nice and upright. 2. Keep that belly button drawn into the spine. Good. Pelvic floor stays strong. Keep those ribs tucked. Good. As you're kicking up and back, try to think you're lifting the back of the knee to the sky. That'll just help you keep your leg a little bit more straight. Good. 5 more. 5. 4. Keep lengthening through the neck. Tuck that chin. 3. Keep that hip over the knee. 2. And 1. Right on. Okay. let's have a little cool down. So, whew. Oh, what a gorgeous day. Let's sit nice and tall. Cross one ankle over our thigh here. Walk that leg in. Try to sit as tall as possible and think you want to drive your knee away from you. Slow, deep breaths. If this feels okay for you, you can also do a little side to side with the leggies. And other side. Ooh, the left side is angry today. Drive your knee away from you. Sit nice and tall. And just take in all this abundant beauty. What a beautiful place. And if this feels good, side to side. And feel free to close your eyes here. Little moment of appreciation for your body. The amazing things it does for you every day, even just waking up. We're so lucky to be alive and so lucky to be healthy. Give yourself a pat on the back for taking some time out of your busy schedule. Maybe you're tired, maybe you had a crappy day, maybe you're super stressed out, or maybe your heart's kind of sad. You still did it. You still showed up for you. Still took some time. Still got a little workout. Good stuff. From here, let's have a little lay. You may want to have a yoga block handy on either side of you, or just use the one, whatever works for you. Oh yeah. I'm going to draw my knee up to my chest, pull it across my body. So I'm super tight through my hips. So I like to have a block here to stabilize or to support my knee. Keep this back shoulder pressed to the floor behind. Feel free to even look behind you over your shoulder. Passing rain cloud, little raindrops. Feel free to close your eyes once again. Slow, deep breath in and out. If this feels okay for you, that bottom leg, which is straight, you can actually bend and grab onto the ankle, pressing that back hip or bottom hip a little bit forward. Become little human pretzels. Good. Good. And release. Come back to center. Draw that leg in a little bit more. Now cross it over the ankle. Bring the hands through to grab onto the front of the shin. Try to keep that lower back flat to the floor and then draw that in for your figure four stretch. Beauty. Good. And release. Other side. Straighten it out. Draw the knee to the chest. Pull that leg across to touch the block or the floor if you can reach. Keep this back shoulder down. If this feels good, bend that back leg. Grab onto that ankle, push that back or bottom hip a little bit forward. Straighten it out. Draw that knee to the chest. Cross that leg over. Reach through the legs, grab onto the front of that opposite shin. Try to keep that lower back flat to the ground as you draw your thighs in. Good. And release. Right on. As always, thank you guys so much for joining. Hope to see you again very soon. And if you're enjoying the videos, please hit like, subscribe, maybe even share it, and consider dropping me a little loving comment. It's really nice to get something here and there, you know, putting yourself out there. It's a little bit scary. So yeah, have a great day. Take care of you, and remember,